Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. Good luck all tonight. If you're racing, if you're here to watch, enjoy the carnage, shall we say. I've already had a few excuses from Mr. Panda saying I've spun a lot so I won't be finishing tonight. Chris, mate, just drive around at 10 miles per hour, you're pretty much guaranteed some points. Yes, mate, great to see people back on the grid at all. Everyone here, I believe you're... See, need to figure out people's names for that. Here we go. Obviously, tier 3 tonight. 2 rounds to go before, we crown who's second. Instead of who's won it, who's second. You can still spin. To be fair, I can't say that. I spanned twice here on Monday, Chris. So, yes, but welcome back to tier 3. As said in the previous couple of weeks, Forster has won the championship already. He's 172 points clear with 2 to go. So that is that done. Yes, thought so, Roy Viking. Jacko, mate, I can't lie. This is more lively compared to normal. This is more lively, my comms, compared to normal. It's normally me just sat here, mumbling my way through, but no. Mr. Mark saying, good luck racing, boy. Come on, boys. Mark, mate, I hope you crash in tier 1. You're welcome. Yeah, go on, Panda. Good defence from you. Love you too, Jacko, mate. But as I was saying, Paradox currently second, Drapes third currently, and McConey fourth, Craigo fifth. And it's all a massive battle for P2, really. Oh, it looks dry. Love to see it. Hopefully it rains, because then we might have about 4 finishes. That'd be quite fun. Jeff, is that you? I am Jeff. It's a different spelling of Jeff though, Scott, mate. Yeah, well, obviously we've got the red flag rule. I believe it's if 5 go off in the first lap or 10 go by lap 3, then we can red flag it and go again. This is my first ever commentary of Monaco, so please bear with it points. Also got a drink with me this week to avoid the migraines. Anyone fancy, setting a lap? Anyone? Anyone there? I know there's only 18 of you lads, but come on. Surely someone wants to set a lap time. Can't all go out in Q1. No. Oh, I think Warrior Huntsman's going to be the first to go here. Oh, Panda? I think it's the people... Yes, there we go, look at that. If you've got first gear on telemetry, they're coming out the pit lane. Look at that, Warrior Huntsman. Oh, it's dry, no! Oh, why has it got to be dry? I want to see some... I was going to say I want to see carnage. There will be carnage anyway. Obviously, a classic of the Formula 1 calendar, Monaco Street Circuit, the Principality. Hopefully, mega carnage. Let's find out. So, polled in the academy on Monday was Mr. Squid on a 109.9, so I'd be liking to see a few times quicker than that tonight. However, that is a very quick lap, better still, so to beat that is a good job for these drivers here. So, in the chat, I want you to now have predictions. Who will I be interviewing in about an hour and a half time? We're saying in an hour and a half time, who will I be interviewing for my top 3 interviews? They're back this week as I feel a bit better. So, as you see, Warrior Huntsman look to start his lap. Obviously, traffic can be a big issue here as well, so these boys going early, getting their laps in, try to avoid the traffic that could possibly ensue, especially in Q1 we've got 18 drivers on track. Someone's gone off. Royal Viking. He's gone off. Damage? Let's see. I want to see if there is any damage on this Williams car. No. Great to see. Anyway, we'll get back on board with Warrior Huntsman. "14 viewers, love to see it. Welcome all." Warrior Huntsman comes through, obviously will be a purple sector 2. Don't know what to predict for the kind of, normally you can sort of tell what the split will be between getting out into Q2 or being out in Q1, but you don't really know what people's pace is going to be like, do you? As Warrior Huntsman sets a 13.2. I believe it's Panda next, it is coming round the Raskas, and then the final corner, DRS Open, up to the line. It is a 12.6. Me trying to see who's next. Is it Piero who's invalidated? So then it's Royal Viking. Up to the line now. And then it'll be Forster, the championship winner. He goes first, Forster. Next says he then goes first. And is it Tomo? He then goes third. Me trying to figure out who's on laps. It's then FRL Benz who then goes first. He's a very quick driver, so it'd be interesting to see how he does tonight. Oh, already pretty much a full second quicker than Forster. Obviously it's only Q1 and people aren't getting the full pace out, but interesting to see Pierre on the second flying lap here. Stay on board with him. Obviously moved up to tier 3 after the Japanese Grand Prix in round 3 this season. Him and Mr. Freefall. That Rowan saying don't get lonely commentating alone. I'll try not to, mate, but I'll do my best for you lot. It's not going to look like the best lap time for Piero. 14.2. Get on board now with Jacko, who's coming through the tunnel section. But once again alone again, but you know, it is what it is. Get the business done, so these boys can have something to watch back on afterwards. And I get some free entertainment for my Thursday evening. So that's what some Man United fans call watching the Europa League. Hee. Anyway, Jacko through Raskas now. Almost hits the wall. Not the angle you want to be taking through there. Oh, and then it's the wall there. That's definitely not the way you want to be taking that corner. Up to the line now. Still does better than Piero. 13.7. JD now. Or who's next across? We're just looking here. I believe it'll be JD, who's apparently gone purple through sector 1. I say apparently because Co-Masters has lied to me a few times this season already. I expect we'll be seeing lots of those little yellow flags in qualifying, trying to let people through, and in the race in general. JD now. I thought he was going to clip the wall on the inside there for a second. See what his 6-2 split is. 53.4. That says purple, but it's definitely not. Oh, as he hits the wall, that's end plate damage for him. Let's see, he'll probably just try to finish his lap and then come in. I don't think we'll see him abort. He does abort. Unless he lost loads of time in just this complex alone. Oh, we'll get on board McConey actually. He's about to cross the line. Up to the line now. Goes second and 11.4. The great maths. Now, DRS Open up to the line. 11.8. Not bad at all. Get on board with Paradox here, who went at purple through sector 1. Foot down now all the way through the tunnel. Yellow flag ahead. I assume that's someone just trying to get out of the way. Obviously the closer you follow someone, the more dirty air you have, and that's the last thing you randomly need Monaco is decreased amounts of downforce and the dirty air. Purple through sector 2 according to Paradox's or to Co-Master's timing sheets. For Pilot Slap through Rashcast now. Nice entry and exit through the final corner now. up to the line, a bit squirmy on exit, but that's not going to scrub off too much time. Will it be enough to get him through? I'd say probably not. I mean, only 3 are going out, obviously, but it's Monaco. Not all your typical suspects will be out. I think as Infinite Glory's backed off. He's now hit a wall, so I'm assuming he's backed off. Our laps are Liverpool fan, Faker, and JD, and Deluxey. Obviously, winner last time, or not last time, a couple of rounds ago in Hungary. They were playing sector 2 in the tunnel. It's McConey and I believe it's JD getting no Paradox being out of the way. Anyone else here on the lap? Warrior Huntsman, I believe, is on the lap. Throwing it into Raskas. Love to see it. Full commitment. Up to the line now. What will it be? A slight improvement. Not by a lot, but a slight one. A man who is improving though is Paradox. Flying round. Hopefully Infinite Glory doesn't get in his way here. Lots of traffic at the Raskas section. Who's stuck? Panda's stuck at 3rd. Love that from him. Paradox now up line, a short run to the line. He now sneaks it 2nd, 11.1. Was that on the same set of tyres? It is. By the way, Panda, who's done 5 laps on those pairs of softs. Is he going again here? No, he has backed off. Well done that man. Obviously just wanted to use the one set to get through. Piero doing 4 laps. But that's the thing with Monaco, if you fuel your car up enough, you can just keep going round and round and round, just improving times. But obviously you're losing delta on the tyres you're using. Here comes Deluxey now, purple sector 2 is a German into Raskas now. Bit deep, but not as deep as we've seen some people do. Oh, I think he clipped the wall there on the inside. Not a hard thing to do, bit of a back end, that's up to line. He still goes purple. Hasn't affected him that much, actually. Corker of a lap coming. JD now, be on board with him. Obviously not set a time yet. And then we'll get on board with Liverpool fan after that. Out to the line now for JD. What will he do? It's not. Some people stay a bit more narrow to the line. 11.7 might be enough for now to keep him through, with only 3 going out. Liverpool fan in the Renault, he'll definitely have to go again, I feel. The likes of Jacko, who's on the slow lap now, he'll be looking to go. Or a Huntsman who isn't on the flying lap, but there's a ZRS on that lad. He might be coming to pit lane actually with the red flashing fuel. Liverpool fan improve? No. Jacko on the lap now. Stay on board with him through turn 1. Can use a bit more of the curb there if he wants to now up the hill. For this brake his own left hander and then flick it in for the right hander. You go straight over the bump here. You don't actually have to take it like the F1 cars. You can go straight over. Purple sector 1 according to the time sheet. 1.17 down on his time. That corner, I can't lie to you, I don't know how to take that, so there'll be a varying couple of lines I feel tonight through there. Jacko now through the tunnel, foot down before the heavy braking zone for the no-goal chicane. Downhill, fling it in, run it nice and wide to the wall. Flick it in now. All of Liverpool fans retired in the pit lane. I guess he thinks that's enough. And Jacko into Raskas now. Deluxey's retired as well from first. He's definitely done enough. Oh, bit of a snap there, but Jacko keeps going up to the line now. Will it be an improvement? If it is it enough? Oh no, he will be out as it stands. If all of these go above him. Get on board with Freefall now, who's a bit deep into Raskas. Now the right hander. Corrects in the left though, and he'll flick left, corrects it up to the line now. That will be enough to see him through for now. Faker, no Infinite Glory in the Merc. Big constructors battle between Racing Point and Mercedes on So Infinite Glory and Laconia will want to be mixing up with Forcer and Deluxey. Get on board with Faker now. I think people found really that confident in his time, thinking that people what's that? 3 people won't improve enough by 5 tenths or so. Faker, there we go, straight away. Liverpool finding a bit more trouble now. Jacko looking to go again. No, he has backed off, I believe, and pulls in. What about Freefall? Yep, he's backed off. Tomo, he's on the flying lap. Up to line for him now. Was doing very well in the USA before, for lack of a better phrase, bottling it. But that's a great qualifying position for him at the moment. P8, he'll be safely through. Infinite Glory's backed off. Free falls in. That Rowan, the only man who's not set a time, is in now. Warrior Huntsman, turn your ERS off, lad. I've caught that on your outlap. Just have it off, save it. Save up your charge. The closer to 100%, the more effective your battery is. That Rowan's right behind him as well here, so that Rowan will need to back off if he wants some clean air. As Warrior Huntsman now lets him go, he's going to just back off. That Ronin's in damage, no? I don't know. Anyway, Warrior Huntsman looking to go now. That's another thing we've got to look out for, is the pit lane exit. Warrior Huntsman anyway, through turn 1. Climbing the hill. Needs to gain about 6 tenths to be safely through. For now. Or if that Rowan comes back out and sets a good time, which he knows he can, will be putting himself hopefully right in the mix. I think Liverpool fan has counted his chickens a bit here. As Tomo retires in the pit lane, he's safely through anyway. Very close on the inside, but he's lovely line there for Warrior Huntsman. Let's see how he takes this to the Lafander. Just a dash on the brakes and back on the throttle. He's down by 7 tenths, sorry, I keep saying up and down. Takes that quite nice, not cutting too much of the curve. Into Raskas now. Does well. Now this right hander, which then cuts a bit onto left hander. Straightens up, lovely up to the line here now. Maybe in the 11s? It will be in 11s. 11.9, which now puts Liverpool fan right on the bubble. And Jacko's out. Piero's in the pits, but can still have time to go. That Rowan hasn't set a time, but he's still got time to get out and go. So I'm bored here with Jacko now. Through this left hander, now into the right hander. Put down, doesn't go over that. Personally, I think he should be going straight over and not having to dash right to left. But I don't know if you gain time by going round it, I don't know. Anyway, it's purple according to the timing screens that he was purple for sector 1. Right hander now. He's 2 tenths down, so he needs to be gaining about another 3 tenths through the rest of the lap. Heavy braking zone into left hander. Very easy to spin there, very easy from personal experience. There you go, straight on the pattern. Bit slippy, that's fine if he can correct it. 1.1 down on his time now. He'll be safely through if he can just keep it clean. Does there. And now through this right hander, keeps it clean again, keeps it nice and straight up to the line now. Tucks right up to the wall. He is safely through though in P6. What about Scott? He's coming through the final section now. Bit twitchy there, but keeps it. Keeps the momentum going through Raskas now, nice and wide. Angle up through it, keeps nice and straight over the curve, up the line now. Stays to the right. Improves by a little, less than a tenth, but still puts into P12. Look how close this gap is here. Or a Huntsman, not on that one, really. Royal Viking is though. And Piero and that Rowan haven't gone out, so they've left it too late to come out again. That Rowan not setting a time. And that means that Warrior Huntsman, Warrior Viking and Freefall have all done enough to see themselves safely through into Q2. Well, they're not that accident then. Jacker getting nice out of the way there. Right, let's see what he can do here. Pushing through. He's 5% up. Okay. Oh, it's got. Yeah, he's just bringing it home nicely now. Get back on board with Royal Viking. All very deep into Raska. JD, I believe, improved by a little bit. Royal Viking up to line. Doesn't improve by 4%. Still safe though. Infinite Glory and Paradox. Paradox, mate. Same with Infinite Glory. If you can retire to get into the pit lane, save some time, that'd be great. Perfect. Paradox, cutting the corners, lovely. I was going to say he's run out of fuel, but he hasn't. He's just coasting. Freefall's retired from position. He's safe as well from P12. Oh, as he almost puts it in a wall. If he put it in the wall, that would have, and his wheeler come off, that would have been him out for Q2. What I want to check after this as well is if anyone got warnings for speeding into the pit lane. Oh god, that ring, you do have a quali ban, I completely forgot. That's my bad, I did see that earlier, but I just completely forgot. The only place you don't really be wanting a quali ban, is it? But yeah, there we go. Your top 15 safely through. So we'll be seeing Liverpool fan Pierre and that Roland out. Incident. So Royal Viking and Scott sped into the pit lane. Obviously, it's very hard to manage your speed into the pit lane compared to other places. So I think we'll be seeing quite a few little 5-second penalties for speeding into the pit lane, or a few for exceeding track limits. Obviously, Deluxe, the man up front, there's a bit of history with qualifying bans and forgetting about them. Obviously, I believe it was Monza where he had a Q3 ban and went and stuck it like 4th or 5th on the grid, I believe. But that doesn't matter now. He was the quickest in Q1. Will he be the quickest for the remainder of the 2 qualifying sessions? We will find out. As I don't like how you have to reset this every time. It's Faker who's getting ready to go. Anyone else? JD. We'll get on board with Faker, who will look to be first to go here. On the medium compound of tyre. Easy, soft, medium today. If not, if you get early damage or an early safety car, soft, hard, you can pretty much take the hards the entire race distance. Obviously, if you manage them well, plus safety cars. But you can easily take them from about lap 4-5 to the end. So early damage doesn't mean you're out of it yet, especially if it's under a safety car. As you see, Faker now starts trying up on the mediums. was Vapor purple, obviously, first laps. Just waiting to see what people do on these medium compound of tyre. Dead isn't a bad first time, as you see Warrior Hunter now front to the line. And then JD goes fast on the 11.4 in the soft compound, Tom on the 12.4 on the medium. Seeing him gain a bit more pace, which is a great thing to see. Love seeing people improve at the game. That's one of the great benefits of commentating, is seeing people who, you know, maybe start in Q1 or Q2 a bit, and then, like, Tomo ran really well in America for a long period of that race. See Mr. Panda up to the line now. Pirates went fast on the 11.3 on mediums. Mr. Panda on a pair of softs does a 12.6. He won't be happy with himself there. Maybe look to go again. Deluxe on a pair of mediums. Obviously the quickest man in first part of qualifying. Up to the line now. A 10.8 on mediums is very impressive from the German. Infinite Glory now through the final two corners up to the line on his pair of mediums. A very good time as well, exactly an 11 dead across the board there. Let's see what his Mercedes teammate Marconi can do. As Benz retires quickly across the line here, P6. I want to try to see. Here we go, Royal Viking. Let's see if we can see this from Ben. Oh, right in the middle of the track. Those mediums didn't have enough temperature, just ran a bit wide maybe. But I stay on board with Royal Viking now, who's doing his up. I believe he is a reserve for Tier 3, so great to see what he can do. Here we see Royal Viking up to the line now. A 12.8 on mediums, won't be seeing him through as it stands. Do you think starting with hard would work? Yes, but if you get damage early on, that's sort of your race in the mud, for a lack of a better term. Your race would be slightly messed up as Panda's improved through sector 2, but you could do yes and then look for a late safety car, could be the play. If you think you're going to have the pace to stay with the soft and medium runners early on as he boxes. Oh, Mr. Scott. I believe, just going to look to go again here. May have backed off of the mediums. The banana wheels on the banana car. Is he in? He is in. And this time he doesn't speed. Well done to that man. Roy Viking not going again, he's invalidated. Probably see him pull into the pit lane. So now we just wait for Forster, the Great Mass and Freefall to see if they can better their times. Jacko on an outlap on a pair of mediums. It's actually already set a time on a pair of softs, but that time is definitely beatable on a pair of mediums. as he looks to start his first flying lap now on this pair of fresh mediums and invalidates. Great start. Okay, we'll get on board with someone else then. Who's in front? The Great Masters in front in the... Actually, we'll go on Force now. Quickly talk about him. Obviously, had some competition early on, but due to either them leaving the league or him just being quicker than the rest and being not even necessarily the quickest at points, but definitely the most consistent, has led to him winning the championship with, what was it, about 4 or 5 rounds to go, and at the end of the day it's completely deserved. He's been the most consistent driver at his pace all season and thoroughly deserves to win Tier 3, and it will definitely be seeing him do well in Tier 2. Rory Huntsman retires from P11, so he's throwing in the towel for his attempt at getting into Q3. Maybe having no tyres left, maybe just thinking that he wants to start on a harder compound of tyre. Forced now to start this lap up to the right hander, very narrow on exit, which we will hopefully not be seeing the bad side of come turn 1. Little break and back on the power there. And see what Force does. He goes sort of straight over the bump. Purple sector 1. Obviously he's on a pair of softs and everyone else around is maybe going on a pair of mediums. Maybe he's trying to save that pair of softs for the race. Maybe look towards a 2-stop due to safety cars possibly. We don't know, obviously. Up to this sector 2 split. It is purple, 52.7, lovely on for can take it, cut quite a bit of it and take it flat with the right line, otherwise you will end up in the far hand side wall. Royal Viking now on Parasos. I believe that's Jacko's improved. Oh, I'm trying to tell who's improved. It might be the Great Masters jumped into P7 as Forster goes P3 and then 11 dead on a pair of soft. Yes, it was the Great Master who put an 11.9 on medium. Good luck that man. Free fall now. He's on a flying lap. See what his split time's like on a pair of mediums. It's alright. Has probably still got enough time to come in and go again on softs if he can get rounds quickly. Bit wide through Ratsgas. All bit loose through the final corner up to the line now. I don't think he will. He's safe for now. Deluxe's retired from first again. Obviously believes he is safe on the 7.8 on mediums. I believe he would be safe as well. Let's have a look at Jacko crawling. Royal Viking, I believe, may have invalidated a lap. That was like a 10.9 it may have said. Purple through sector 1 according to Codemasters. Purple 362 as well, 9 tenths down on his current fastest time. Put him safely through into Q3. Obviously this on a pair of quite scrubbed soft compound tyres. .0 risky, especially if there's an early safety car, which is pretty likely. Yes, there is obviously the chance of the early safety car, but if there's an early safety car, I guess you can take track position and run long. I'm assuming he's replying to that rolling on with the which is on the hards. I mean, you then get track position out of it, I guess. Oh, Jacko gets all sideways, all types of sideways, and just cuts the chicane. I believe he should have enough time to get in the pit lane and back out again if he doesn't, and set another lap. saw Jacko get all sorts of out of shape and then lose an end plate. So let's have a look. Royal Viking, fumes on an in lap. Him going from 5 lap old softs is quite interesting, to say the least. He might be looking for an early safety car to pit for hards. Infinite Glory side from P2, he's definitely safe. McConey now upsline on this pair of softs. Puts himself safely through. Both Mercedes drivers through. Chris Panda on a lap. Hopefully Freefall not getting in his way too much. Obviously he should get to line time to go again. Up to the line. He's out as it stands. But he probably will look to just go again. Scott out as well as it stands. He'll look to set a quick time here. Chris is quite... JD's gone second on that same pair of softs, I believe, 10.9, or that might be a fresh pair of softs, 10.9. Is Chris going to be too close to Scott? He only needs to improve by a very small margin to be safe. He is down on his time. What about Scott? Didn't see. So we'll go on board with Scott and then have Mr. Panda ready to go after. Scott up to the line. Oh, it's Chris Bales. Goes 8th. Chris has bailed. He could have been safely through. Sad to see the Welshman go great masses out as well in P11. Tomo making it through to the Q3 shootout. Good for him. Same for Faker, Scott, Mr. Freefall, Cole Paradox, 4-star, Royal Viking, McConey, Infinite Glory, JD and Deluxey. How many are on throw mediums? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 throw mediums. The Great Mass didn't look to go out on softs, or maybe left it too short. But there we go, that's our top 10. I'll go for it again. It's Benz who crashed, Warrior Huntsman, Jacko, Mr. Panda and the Great Mass. Once again, anyone? Oh, a lot more incidents this time. Terminal damage, speeding pit lane entry, speeding to the pit lane entry, speeding to the pit lane entry. So, a few warnings there for speeding into the pit lane. And quite a few invalid times, obviously. Pete drivers trying to find the limit. Leading to them cutting corners a little bit too much, or running a bit too wide at certain corners, which you can't do too much here, but it's more about the cutting. Let's get these up. Who's going then? JD, is that it? Royal Viking and Infinite Glory. Royal Viking will be first to go. Obviously the Williams right down the end. As you see, Royal Viking look to start his flying laps. Oh, as he loses his front wing. We'll see what Infinite Glory's lap will be like then. Heavy braking zone to no chicane straight back out. Little dash on the braking up through that, but it's a flat chicane nowadays, isn't it, in these types of beasts of F1 car. For Raskas, and then the final corner. DRS activated, going nice and left. 10.6. Oh, it's JD's crashed. Who's on? It's Tomo's on board. Oh, look at this. Maybe lost it on the entry and just, I don't know. Very weird one. As Paradox went fastest with a 10.3. As Freeze will be next across the line for a flying, or first flying lap. All back end loss there for the Scotsman. All right up behind Paradox around the end of that. Hopefully it won't cost him so much time as Paradox peels into the pit lane. Scott now up towards the lines. Not going to be the best time, is it? No, 12.7. He'll be looking to improve on that. What about Faker now? Up to Novo chicane, heavy braking zone, cut across the curb, run it wide up close to the wall. Now up to this left-hander. About 20 metres out, front wing there for someone. Oh, he's collected a bit actually. And across the curb. Nice, now into Raskas. Through now, I believe it's Mirabeau's the final corner. Correct me if I am wrong, which I probably am. Up to the line now, Faker staying nice and right. So it's in between Scott and Infinite Glory as Royal Viking gets out of the way for Deluxey, who's on a flying lap. And fastest in Q1 and 2, I believe, is starting on mediums from the front. The Deutschman's found a lot of pace recently, ever since that Hungary win. Was up there in USA until he crashed out. Have 3 seconds 2. And he retired in the pit lane after just a bit of misfortune, actually. Up to the line now. Is it going to be a 109? It won't be. It's a 1:10.2 though. Good lap from him. Who's looking to go? Oh, and it's Scott's crew coming up to collect him. Royal Viking will be next to start flying laps as I take a drink. There we go, as Royal Viking now. See what his sector's like. Is it purple? No. Which now means up to the hairpin. Lowe's hairpin? I think. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong, as you definitely will. I think that's the slowest, most cautious banker I've ever done. Scott, mate, it's better that you're in Q3 at least. Always Royal Viking gets a bit out of shape there on the curb. At least you've got a time. I'm like, oh, a bit late. He is. You may have to bear with me at points here with him because he's from South Africa, so and he's struggling with his internet, so we may have to watch for that at points. But yeah, it's better than people like JD sadly who hasn't been able to get a time in. But anyway, Viking up to the line now. What will it be? It's an 11.4 puts him fourth. Now McConey up the line. He stays to the right. Won't be enough for pole, but it will be enough for P4. All Mercedes second row as it stands. Tommy looking to go on a flying lap soon as well. Forster preparing for one as well. See, I can't actually see what Thomas splits are like because it still says outlap, which useful. What if we do this? Nope, still says off outlap. So very interesting. Thomas, is it purple? No. Oh, bit out of shape there. Through the right hander, very cautious. Bit of a cautious one, just setting a lap. Almost a bit like what Scott was like. 12.1. Well, force that. He says it's a flying lap, which it is. Here we go. Lock up there on the left front. Yellow flag. Who's that? Deluxey? Yep. Spamming through neutral, just trying to warm the tyres maybe. As Forster splits the Mercedes on what is likely to be his one attempt at fast lap, unless he might be going again here, which we'll stay on board for. We'll see what his sector 1 split is. If the glory out the way there, I hope he didn't get damaged. I don't think he did. He's up, or he's down by a tenth with a purple sector 1. As Forster now comes through the final corner, went purple sectors 1 and 2. See what he does now. It is enough to put him third. See about Deluxey, he's on a it's like slow lap again. See where he's the furthest through in the fast lap. Was Faker until he got invalidated. We Royal Viking. As the checker flag drops for Q3, Royal Viking will finish his lap to see him improve to 5th for now. But McConey is next to go. He went purple through the middle sector according to Codemasters. Let's see where he goes. Will he be able to jump high enough to... He's jumped his teammate for now, but an Infinite Glory's bailed. See, free falls invalidated. Deluxey, let's see him improve hopefully. He has to a 9.4. And that's how qualifying is going to finish. Anyway, as we look to get ready now, Deluxey already on the line, the top 10 getting in nice and early, whereas that Roland's now coming through Raskas on the hard. This actually, I've been really paused there. What's they run on? Couple hards, few medium, great mass on hards. I like that from P11. And then obviously some of the top 10 runners on mediums. But it's crucially, sorry, the front row are on mediums. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and this camera angle is awful. Let's see if I can see turn 1. A bit, looks like it's gotten away quite cleanly through the pack, I think. 5-second penalty for that rank, a severe collision with his teammate Mr. Panda. VSC out already. What's happening here then? Is that a missing front wing from someone? Can't tell. I think it was. Beautiful fan right down. It's a very odd VSC. No one's out. Can't see a lot of damage on anyone's cars. I mean, there's an end plate off for Mr. Roland as Panda clamps the wall. Well done, lad. But yeah, this will play into the hands of the soft runners. Have them protect the tyres for that little bit longer. As we get green flag racing again, Deluxey looks to get away from Paradox. As McConey's in from soft straight away for a front wing change with some yellow damage. A pair of mediums. Bends in off the hards for a pair of mediums now. That Roland's in for a front wing change. And a pair of mediums. So the one thing, and a 5-second penalty, great for him. Lovely start. Anyway, let's see. Jacko behind Tomo. Jacko, a very aggressive driver to say the least. Loves to get the elbows out, and maybe we'll be trying to just nudge his way past Tomo here, who started on the soft. Jacko on the slower mediums, but more durable mediums. As we'll look up and down the grid here, as it's Vikings into the pit lane nice and early. Infinite Glory with a fastest lap of all, and Paradox chasing down Deluxey right up behind him. Royal Viking for mediums, could have gone hard to the end. Or was Paradox, will he get past it late of the late breakers? He gets it done, leaving each other enough room. Nice and respectful from these two here. Forster now up behind his teammate. In Infinite Glory not far behind Faker, then a bit of a gap back. How about Jacko? No move from him. As Deluxey, I believe, almost just lets his teammate go there, knowing he's quicker. Lets Forster go. So the poleman's already sinking. Sink or swim, and he is sinking. Infinite Glory will be next to have a look at Deluxey. Did Deluxey pick up damage? Ah, he's got end plate damage. That's on the BY. Last thing you want at Monaco. Will we see him pull in? We will. Any speeding? No. As Deluxey looks to go hard staying, Warrior Huntsman's pitted. He will be going hard, I assume. Unless he goes for another set of mediums. Yeah, pair of hards. So now Infinite Glory's looking to chase down Forster. Jacko right up behind Tomo still as well. These early stages are going to be a lot of feeling each other out, I feel. Just seeing where each other are at. Ooh, bit of a back end loss there from Jacko. As I said, drives aggressively. Let's see if he's gonna... He uses the arrow, so does Tomo to defend. Jacko, is he gonna make a move into the chicane? He has a look, has a dive. I said he might have a nudge to try and get past. He does have a nudge. Oh, they do touch. Who's gonna break latest here? It's gonna be Jacko, who backs out smartly from him. Smart from him. I see a bit of front wing there. Any driver in front? Ah, it's Faker. As Jacko comes in off the mediums for hards, I assume. He does, looking to run long now. Oh, as I cut back in Faker, that's where I did say you can spin it, and that's where he has spun. Luckily no time penalty for rejoining the track. But I was just flicking towards Freefall, who's coming up behind Tomo now. Obviously Jacko came in from behind Tomo. And now Scott, let's see what he does as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. Will he go around the outside of Raskas? As a look, but almost looks to get the better exit. Tomo pulls in now, allowing Scott some free air in front. Scott will now look to chase down Faker, who has had a spin and has front wing damage. Meanwhile, Paradox pulled away at the front here from Forster and Infinite Glory, but I think Infinite Glory is getting a bit stuck behind the racing point. As Tomo 9 gets another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Let's have a look at Panda. This is one of the closer battles. He's up behind. Freefall. Started P12 to Panda. He's now up 6 positions to P6. Great Mass as well, doing quite well. Started P11 up to P7 now on the hards. People in front pitting. The Great Mass looking to run extremely long towards the end, hoping for a late safety car. Panda may be looking for a safety car. If really any point now is alright, can whack hards on, or if he can run long enough, whack softs on a bit later. But he's getting right up behind Scott now, whose softs might be looking to go off, and Panda is past as he's gone down the escape road. He's done a Verstappen and lost his front wing and gets going again slowly. Thought he was past, he's locked up, and Freefall keeps the position. I said someone would do a match. I don't think I said it in here, but I did say it in the Academy chat, and I believe in the Tier 3 chat that I believe someone will be doing a Verstappen at some point, and it's happening here in Tier 3 tonight. Let's have a look at this close battle between Marconi and Piero. Panda looking at the battle behind Panda, pretty much battle for P8, sort of all stuck behind him. Deluxe had to come in again, I believe, for damage. Oh, has there been a big crash? Deluxe, as our warrior husband is facing backwards. He's put his ERS on. I hope he doesn't get disqualified for driving backwards here. I don't want him to crash out. There we go, well done, warrior. But Jesus, that's a big crash. That rolling behind there, seeing a huge crash. Safety car is out. The leaders will be straight. Infinite Glory's not. He's stay out. All these leaders now can come in. Panda, that sort of worked for him. He can come in for half now, change that front wing. Look up there. Surely all of these are now going on hards to the end. They will last, they'll easily last. Liverpool fans stayed out because Freefall came in, didn't fancy the double stack. Panda in, Piero in, Jacko stays out. What positions can he go? He could be a big loser out of this here. As all them people that have stayed out. Jacko goes deep, trying to get past Freefall, doesn't even get it done, and I don't think picked up damage luckily. Did he pick up damage? He may have done. Right end plate. Or Huntsman gets 3 seconds for cutting. How did you cut corners under a safety car? Panda's gone medium, so he's gone a medium, so going to go soft towards the ends. Look to have the pace. Let's see if these boys can catch up. Jacko now gets penalty for cutting corners. Roy Huntsman better be hoping those Haas boys get a move on, because he does not want to be getting a lap behind the safety car. I believe he will get out in time. He does. But we will be waiting at least another lap to see the safety car pull into the pit lane. So Infinite Glory here has not pitted, taken track position. I assume he's thinking there's surely got to be another safety car later on, which is right, but or most likely right. I'd put money on there being another safety car. Jacko's now in. Assume he didn't want to stack it, now will drop to pretty much the back. Warrior Huntsman will still be behind him though. But yeah, both Mercs running long, or everyone running long from here. But to stop again, you've got the Great Mass, obviously hasn't stopped. Liverpool fan who needs to stop. McConey who needs to stop. Viking needs to stop. Benz needs to stop. Infinite Glory needs to stop. And in terms of the Constructors' battle, big result for the Merc boys. As Deluxe, who showed the pace, is out. And Infinite Glory is leading. Obviously, Forcer kind of has net second once Infinite Glory pits. I'd also quite like to say, by the way, I don't think anyone who has qualified on pole in a race that I've watched has actually won. Obviously, Deluxe he qualified pole the last two and crashed out. Before that, he started at the back and won. I'm trying to think of the races before that, but I don't think there's been many where if they've qualified at the front, they finished there. So we will now see what happens. Paradox obviously starting on the front row as well. Will he maybe be the one to pick up the slack and win? Safety car now in this lap. Infinite Glory to lead them away. How early will he go? He goes nice and early. All bit of a back end loss through there, but still manages to pull a bit of a gap. Probably still got the nicer tyres compared to the hard drivers behind. Marconi now up behind the great Mass. One of those who's, or the only one pretty much who's starting hard to, still on the hard he started on. Running a bit wide there. Gets past, and that's huge for Marconi to clear him, the slower driver. And now look to get away and help out his teammate. Now we've got almost a real life scenario where you've got your Hamilton in Infinite Glory. And sorry to say, Marconi, you're kind of the Bottas in this situation where you need to be up there to help Infinite Glory with the, you know, the sort of holding up Paradox and Forster and then helping him get away. Same strategy as well of both needing to pit from mediums at some point. Quite literally being Bottas right now. By the way, the Great Mass is dropping like a stone on those old hards, just maybe struggling to get them up to temps compared to the fresher ones. And even then not having enough grip. I feel we're about to see a bit of a train start from the Great Mass upwards. Sector 3 safety car, it's Piero, he's tried to flick spin and hit a... You need to reverse, yep, there it is. Lots of front wing damage, he'll need to go again. That rolling 3 second time penny. Jacko, any damage anyone else? No, not that I can see. So maybe just a bit of a spin on his own. Or is that front wing damage for Infinite Glory as Piero's struggling now, no front wing. But very key information here, Infinite Glory, yellow front wing damage will be an end plate is missing, I believe, from that Mercedes. It is indeed. What about the drivers behind? They've all kept their end plates for now. But I wonder if he's just going to try and manage it to the end and just stick out, not try to do it otherwise, because... Oh, as there's a safety car, Piero is out. Piero is out at the hairpin. See if we can see it with Liverpool fan, who's currently coming through Casino Square. Piero has indeed left the session. Safety car is out. Perfect timing for Infinite Glory, who's coming for hards. Oh, holy. That was a big chunk. Great Mass speeds into the pit lane. Ben stayed out again. Now, other people who stopped on the first safety car for hards are now gaining positions. Likes of Faker, Freefall, Tomo, JD. They can all stay out to the end now. So now, biding any more safety cars, Paradox, if he can get away from 4-star, has a bit of a... Oh, his Liverpool fan's gone in the pit lane. Maybe he got damaged again and he's gone, nah, I'm alright. I'm alright. But Paradox now should have a simple win if he can keep it in front of 4-star. Obviously, it's never quite that simple in Formula 1. You never know what can happen. Obviously, Infinite Glory's got slightly fresher hards now. There's a Great Mass and Royal Viking gone to medium ends, which I think they should be able to go if they can manage them. As Infinite Glory pitted again. Front wing change, damaged for mediums. Well, that's not what he would have wanted, is it? Safety car is in, so we'll get on board Cole Paradox, who's up to the line now, going to get it going. Forster gets a bit of a twitch on, but he hasn't quite dropped him. Jack, I believe, may have had a little bit of a spin down the bottom end and now has dropped back. Forster's poor exit through turn 1 up the hill will leave him a bit more yellow flag. JD's gone on hard, but McConey now would have looked to get a bit of a run on Forster. As he looks to get past him now. But looks like Benz might be the man to come through and challenge the top two, as he has to cut the corner there to stay in front. Will he look to have a look round the outside McConey? He won't. Slight nudge there, but nothing too bad. JD's gone off again on his own. I guess he's got damage. Does have damage, that would be why. Anyway, back to leaders. Ben's up behind McConey, who's up behind Forster, who's letting Paradox get away. Let's have a look at it. All fairly similar eras. Ben has a little bit more. Paradox can just afford to save it here, to be honest. I assume we'll be seeing JD hasn't retired, although he might have done there, to be honest. But a safety car can bring him back into the game. Ben's up behind McConey, looking to have a go. No, can't get past. Now Ben's looking to get past McConey. Oh, bit of a loss there as he goes over the curb. Lock-ups on the front left and right there. Now through the final corner. ERS deployed from all three of these drivers here. Up towards turn 1. All take it cleanly. What about, let's have a look. Great mass. Oh, touches his teammate and puts him in a wall. That's Warrior Huntsman out. After the Haas boys collide, Gunther Steiner will be fuming with that one. Safety car again. Now these boys here can get the pit stops in. And do we see any of the front runners who don't need to pit for mediums just to be on the quicker compound that can go to the end? Warrior Huntsman has left the session and Gunther Steiner has lost another 3 inches of hairline after the Haas boys collide going into turn 1. It's almost not similar to the Max and I believe it was Grosjean, isn't it? It might have been Maldonado, I'm not sure. Where one's coming in a bit too hot and just in that one Max came in a bit hot and then lost his front wing and went off. Whereas this time the man coming in hot with great mass just punted his teammate. As we see a lot of drivers in. So, another safety car. a Haas incident, a deluxe crash with Warrior Huntsman, so I believe it was with Warrior Huntsman anyway. And now here we are, lap 18, almost what, I'd say half an hour in or so, 25 minutes in. It's a long old race, Monaco, and the amount of safety cars there's been, it's only going to get longer. JD has caught the back, but obviously we've still got him a lap down. Great Mass and the Royal Viking need to catch up, so the safety car will be going another lap. See, JD's in a real predicament here where he's at the back. He's a lap down, so he's sort of got to let everyone go. You can now take fresh softs to the end according to Codemasters, 20 laps on fresh softs. Faker and Viking will definitely be able to go to the end, so will the Great Mass, who's pitted again. He'll stay in his position. Now, free fall in a great... I've just clocked this. McConey still hasn't stopped. I've been so oblivion to this. He hasn't stopped. 17 lap old mediums. Let me look. Is that from the... So he pitted for mediums on the end of lap 1. Has been on them pretty much ever since. So, sure, he's got to stop again, surely. There's no way he can take those another 20 laps. Unless he's running the most tyre-saving setup of all time. Safety car going again here, which, I mean, useful for him. Great Mass now on softs to the end. Maybe listening to the stream and heard that softs will go to the end. He will now be going to the end on those fresh softs. I assume they are fresh. But, fair play to him. If he takes those to the end and does Mercedes a job, fair dues to the lad. But I just don't feel he will. Faker's now in from mediums for softs. For another set of mediums. Let's see. Whatever it is, he's going to have to rocket through the field if he wants any sort of decent result now. Also, Panda to go to the end on mediums. Similar age to those hards in front. Has Faker pitted 4-7 up old mediums then? I'm very confused. May have just run out of tyres, to be honest, needed to pit again. But yeah, so Panda in a good position, Freefall in a good position, Tomo in a good position, to Paradox if he can get away well in a good position. I believe safety car will be in this lap due to everyone pretty much being caught up. So we'll stay on board with Paradox to see when the safety car light, if it goes out, which it shouldn't after this corner. Normally goes about now. Yes, there it goes. It does go off. Meaning Paradox is free to back up the pack as Benz gets a 5-second penalty for collision, severe collision with JD, who is a lap down. He won't be happy with that one, would he? So we'll get on board with Paradox and we'll look behind him. Little the same as normal. How does he get away compared to the Racing Point through the final corner? As he hasn't gone, now he goes very late, bogs down, and this brings McConey into the fight. No, he does not go for it. Freefall, by the way, not the best restart. Oh, as Tom clips a wall, sector 3, yellow flag, it says in sector. It's JD letting everyone go. Forgot about that one. My bad. Okay, Force now looking. Paradox either really late, and then I think maybe forgot to shift, or just bogged down, but yeah, not not his finest work, but he still keeps the lead. In front of Forster, who's in front of McConey, in front of Freefall, in front of Tomo, in front of that Welsh driver who always bottles it, in front of Jacko. And then the rest you can see for yourself, but that's the top 7. That Roland, by the way, big recovery job from him actually, by the way. Started last, has been last for quite a while, and then has pitted for hards 9 laps ago, and is now finding himself in a little battle behind Jacko for P7. Anyway, back to McConey now, who will once again, I don't know if he's actually going to look to get past Forster or just look to get to the end without penalties and just secure this podium and park the bus for the last, now to the end, what's that, 18 laps maybe? I really don't know how long mediums can go. I didn't use them a lot myself, so I don't know what the lifespan's like, especially when they drop off the, what used to be called the cliff back in mid 2010s sort of era, where tyres used to drop off the cliff. They don't really do that as much anymore, but these will start to grain and he'll start to get vibrations on them, so be interesting to see how he handles those. Obviously 6 lap older than the 3 drivers around, or 2 drivers around him and the leader, only 4 laps older than Tomo's, and 6 laps older than Panda's mediums. Oh, by the way, Panda looking to have a go at Tomo here. You've got to put your foot down through here, Panda. Bit of a nudge. And now they've both lost time. Maybe say Tomo could have left him a bit more room, but I mean, get your elbows out, it's all fair, no damage, it's all fair. Maybe we'll see what happens, but Panda wants that position. Tomo is the slower driver out of the 2 of them right now. DRS has now been enabled. Will Panda look to have a go again here down the inside? Nice little move into turn 1. Oh, as he clanks the wall, no damage though. Yeah, no damage indeed, as this is a lovely camera angle. But we'll get back on board with McConey, who's past Forster. Sector 1 and 2, yellow flag, can't see, but perfect timing. McConey past Forster, 4 P2. Will he now just look to park the bus? Oh, Forster's got front wing damage, didn't realise that. Front end plate damage for him, so Freefall must be now rubbing his hands together and thinking it's time for his turn at an interview. All he has to do is get past and make sure to not get penalties, and then may even be able to get a P2 or even a P1 if Paradox, who is way out in front, just keeps it between those walls. Yeah, Freefall right up behind Force now. We're going to stay with these 2, as I believe we're going to be seeing oh, as Forster dives in, so Freefall now just gets a bit of DRS and clean air to pull away. Tomo now P4, good result that'll be for him. Obviously the penalties will drop down behind Panda as it stands, but with all the carnage that could happen now, still could get a podium if McConey has to pit and Panda does a Panda. That's penalties like 9, 9, maybe that Roland penalties again. See, normally you've got to be good at maths to this, and I'm not. But luckily for Forster, his championship's done, otherwise he'd be a bit angry right now. P12, let's see what he can do. Fresh mediums to the end. Bring those, see what he can do. I believe JD's not. But JD's a lap, he's ghosting because he's a lap down, he's kind of too close, I believe. Anyway, Tomo now. I was going to say chasing down Freefall. He's kind of staying with Freefall. The man chasing down is Panda, who's kind of using Jacko to back the drivers behind up, which he did effectively in Hungary until he spanned. Tomo gets another silly corner cutting penalty, that one, and Panda now looks to get a run on him. Into Raskas, no. Tomo very defensive again, getting the elbows out. Maybe something we're going to get used to seeing from Tomo, getting those elbows out. She likes to see Tomo deploying the last of the CRS. Panda's still got loads to burn, 65%. All he's got to do is keep it smart, and he'll be getting at least a P4. I still think this man right here in I say this every week. I assume I call it the black arrows now. It's not silver arrow. So the black arrow, Marconi has to get past. I was going to call it Black Panther, but you know, doesn't make sense as much, I guess, because this is the Pink Panther, so it's very confusing. Anyway, let's have a look. Tomo kind of dropped me off behind Freefall. Panda's dropped off behind Tomo. Oh, Panda, it's not an ideal line. You see, Panda's on old medium, so may just look to stay behind Tomo here and hope Marconi dives it into the pit lane, but he's not looking to at the moment. I think Marconi is going to go for the Hail Mary. I will make it to the end, and I will make it to the end, and you will like it, sort of. See if Jacko goes for a reverse 100 arrow. Doesn't. Gives him a bit of the old love tap. Now, all side by side with Benz. Leave each other's room as they do. Nice and respectful. Panda may be struggling for rotation. His teammate might be giving the old call. Let me go, I'm faster. Felipe Fernando is faster than you. That sort of scenario we're at here. However, Panda's got loads of ERS and his teammate has not. Panda, you love a lock-up, by the way, pal, don't you? You do love a lock-up. Get your foot down and catch Tomo, because Tomo is now doing what you should have been doing, and catching the man in front and looking maybe to go for an overtake. There's a podium position on the line here. Obviously, Tomo's got 12 seconds penalties and Scott has none. So that's the biggest difference here. And a bad run out of the final corner won't be aiding Tomo, who's now going to have to use the DRS to just catch up to the gap he already had before that final corner. Oh, as Jacko has retired. He's out, he's in the wall. VSC, I think we've actually run out of safety cars, because that is a huge shunt at the Verstappen corner. So I didn't see it, so I'd like to maybe see that back later in the instance files. VSC, let's see if anyone, as he disappears there, gets a drive through. I believe it's ending now as Paradox is pushing with the ERS. DRS enabled. Everyone's been nice and smart. No drive-through penalties. Well done, you lads. If you're Marconi, I bet you're wishing for a full safety car then. Would bring you right out between that little sort of mid-pack area, or just help you preserve the size even more. But here we go. Anyway, what's that? 12 laps to go now of the Monaco Grand Prix. Tomo chasing down Freefall for that final podium position, but it won't matter on track if penalties come into effect, if Scott does have to let him go and just stays behind him. Oh, as Marconi now is in. Oh, 5-second time penalty as well. No, it's a front wing change. And he is now away. Now he is. He got held by the Great Mass. I thought Marconi wouldn't be able to hold it, and now he definitely won't. Panda now up behind Tommy. He's up behind Freefall. Panda, mate. I'm going to have Panda and Freefall in for an interview if it stays as it is. The absolute scenes. Told me he wouldn't last because he spins normally, and he says plenty of faces to spin on Monaco. Please, Panda, just drive safely, keep it on track. You've got 12 seconds to play with. Tomo looks good, defensive into his left hander now. Panda doesn't even have a sniff of it. Thinks so much pressure. Tomo's done it again, that's so silly. 15 seconds now. Benz has got 19. Jeez, you must be close to a disqualification there. Panda, no, why if you win, Panda? You could have made it, maybe. If you'd driven nice and slowly and just protected them, you would have made the end. Oh. Big shame. Maybe thinking a pair of softs to be able to push back through. Obviously everyone in front's got penalties other than Faker. But it'll be a tough ask now. He needs a safety car really to bunch the pack. It's a shame. I would have really liked to have interviewed one of these two boys. But as I've spoken to them, I know them quite well. It's JD's, I believe, clanked and would have just gotten out of the way. Either or. But it's good for Tom. I mean, won't really matter as that Roland's not that far behind and has a lot less penalties. And even then, Faker's not that far behind that Roland. He has a lot more penalties than him. So Faker might get a podium. That Roland might get a podium. All sorts could still happen. Freefall might crash. Paradox doesn't really even need to do anything at this point, could it? Almost could just, you know, get out the car and walk the last 9 and actually probably still win. See what has been said. Nathan, come on Mercedes, he's I think he's lost a few inches off his airline today as well due to there being a few issues in tier 1 from what I can see. The boys were running at the front, the Merc boys, but both had to pit after not using the first safety car. That one Monaco ran really long on those medium compounds for another set after starting on softs. Ben's, by the way, now past Tomo, who's dropped off a bit. So obviously looks like he slipped back, but Ben's has so many penalties now. As Tomo loses another position, and oh, there's been a clank behind him. Infinite Glory's in a wall. Nathan's jinxed it. I assume there's front wing damage on both of these now. Yeah, lots of front wing damage. So he's always got damage and then let them go, but. Yeah, Ben's now up behind Mr. Freefall. But it won't really matter because I don't believe he's pulling 19 seconds on him. So it looks like Faker's going to be the man to pick up that last podium unless McConey can fly through and catch Faker. Or could it be Mr. Panda? Don't think so. Just threw that out there, could be him. Don't think so though. I think it will be. Fast pit prediction on it now would be Paradox, Freefall, that Roland. I think these might go off on his medium towards the end. As all Benz gives Freefall a bit of the old nudge. He's a very quick driver, Benz, but he's got to respect that he can't just push people off the road. I don't think he will. I think he's much more sensible than that. But now we've got to have a look at his real racecraft. Obviously 19 seconds of penalties, I don't think it's a real validation of what his racecraft's like. He's been a bit unlucky with a few of them. Doesn't dive it down the inside. I think he's got 2 5-second penalties and 3 corner cuts worth. So 9 from cuts and 2 sets of 5, so 10 from maybe. I know he got a collision under the safety car, so maybe 2 of those. If you're that rolling there, you kind of want to get a move on because Faker's close enough to steal his podium away. So you're kind of hoping they both just get a move on, or hope that Faker's tyres go off, either or. Scores a bit more ERS in the tank compared to Freefall here. Compared to Freefall, compared to Benz and that road, and Jesus. But yeah. Anyway, Benz up behind Freefall. Ooh, almost looked like he was just going to send it there, but thinks better of it. And here he goes, up behind Freefall now. Will he look to have a move? he has a look but doesn't dive down the inside. Very narrow into turn 1. You need to be almost alongside into turn 1 to make a move. And Scott's the man who likes to get those big Scottish elbows out. I'm going to use the line I used last week, but I think Ben's got no chance of getting past the Scotsman. There's no way that he gets past. Force with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on a fresh pair of soft compound tyres, getting that extra point. Let's have a look at Ben now. Oh no, double lock up on the front, doesn't get past. Bit of a touch. Oh, does get past Scott now after giving him a little nudge. But it won't really matter too much due to the penalty situation, I think. Scott's now really holding up that Roland as well. Did he get damage? No. Just those hards are somewhat dead. Faker here as well, closing in on that Roland. But I think that Roland might be able to get past Freefall at some point in this lap. But Freefall's got the RS to play with that Roland doesn't. Right up behind him. Almost bumped Josh like in NASCAR. Has a look now up the hill. Oh, Freefall covers it off though. But gets the run on him out of here. Will you have a look? He won't be close enough to have a look into this right-hander. But he was the Sittil move down into here, isn't it? The Adrian Sittil move down into the hairpin. Doesn't have a look there either. And all this time Faker's catching, and Faker has no penalties. So it looks like Faker is going to be the man actually to grab the podium. Unless McConey can indeed get a move on. Or if Faker picks up pens. Now Faker using his DRS doesn't have as much pressure now. He kind of just can stick with it. As Infinite Glory's retired, Nathan, you really have jinxed it. But McConey ahead of Forster, I mean, the best circumstance, I mean, right now for the Constructors' battle. That run up behind Mr. Freefall now. No touch, no Mahavering. Freefall would have been the Aiken in that situation. See, look at that knowledge. Anyway, I digress. That road is stuck going through. Needs to get past to save his chance of a podium. That one really trying to work through for it to get an overtaking opportunity. Oh, Benz is in. 5-second penalty to be served. Well, I mean, we sort of knew he wasn't getting anyway, but now 3 laps to go. Surely you think he can just keep it. Maybe he's going for that fastest lap point. McConey now still closing, by the way, on Faker ever so slightly. So if Faker picks up a time penalty, that will be his podium chances gone. Okay, I panicked then. I haven't had the stream on and I wasn't sure. I was watching it back quickly, I couldn't hear my audio, so I had to double check that it was turned on. My bad. Was slightly bricking it there, but in other news, Benz has crashed and left the station. We've actually run out of safety car incidents anyway, so it doesn't overly matter. But is there anything that I have missed? Other than, ooh, yes there is, Marconi, right up behind Faker. Faker, I believe, had damage, I don't know if he still does. No, obviously he had it changed at the pit stop. But Marconi, chasing down the podium. Neither of these drivers with any ERS to play with. Also, bit of history here from America. Panda and Forster, let's see what happens this time. But here's the battle. The battle for what is net P3 after penalties. If they don't hold each other up too much. Obviously Marconi, someone who, as a Merc man myself, I would love to see up there on the podium, and I know he's been working so hard for it. And Fake is someone who's driven such a great race so long in those mediums, but they may have just, as I was saying earlier, gone off and hit their metaphorical cliff. And you see here, Marconi can just carry so much more speed through and out of corners compared to Faker, and this is a situation Marconi would have been in, but worse if he had stayed out. So maybe it's going to pay off here and he's going to keep the podium he would have had. He's got so much more pace than Faker. Paddock's driven a superb race, just up there all alone. In first, final lap for him now as he's gone on site. We'll cut to him now. He hasn't had any airtime, bless him, but that's what you get when you're 17 seconds clear. I'd understand. I'm only joking. But nah, hopefully we'll see a lovely last lap battle. Be great between these two. Yellow flag, Tomo gone off. Just finish, please. I'd love to see him get some lovely great points. By the way, Forster on Panda, lads, please, just no America antics. Oh, Marconi's dropped off Faker here, but Freefall's holding them both up, whose tyres have gone off as well. And he's got a penalty. Oh, I did not realise that. Oh, he may have bottled the podium. I did not see that. It probably happened during my antics as Forster gets past Mr. Panda. So Marconi may still get a podium. I believe that Roland's going to be saved of a podium here as well, as Paradox wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Sorry, my bad, I'll give him the airtime now. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Oh, is that running into a wall? Is that his podium chances over? 2 corners to go. Oh, it's going to be tight here. Will he get him? Just he ran out of fuel on the way to line. Faker gets it. Marconi gets the podium as well. Scott misses out that running out of fuel in the end cost him and the podium. Forster for 6th, Panda for 7th. Good haul for Alfa Romeo. The Great Mass, yeah, for 8th. He's run out of fuel as well. Viking and Tomo. I mean, Tomo's got loads of pens, so unless Viking runs out of fuel now. Adrian's run out of fuel on the way to the line, by the way, pretty much. But will Viking run out of fuel, the reserve? No, up to line, well done. It seemed like he almost did, he came up to the line. Tomo, P10, respectable result, 18 seconds of penalties, however, not as, but good result for him, good haul of points. And only what, the 9 finishes JD a lap down. Friday day's gone to that rolling on this. I mean, Where did he finish? Third? Second? Third? No, he dropped even further, didn't he? Because he hit the wall. So he dropped to fifth. If he had got that podium, I think I would have given it to. But I think it's got to go to Paradox, who just drove a great race at the front. And there he is, going to collect his winner's trophy. So there are your race results. All the way down to JD finish, so 12, I mean, no, not 9 people, I forgot we only had 18, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people finished. Infinite Glory got the fast lap, but doesn't get it counted. Benz actually finishes on countback, so you'll have to go to Studs about that one, but Paradox has one from Faker, from Marconi, these three not getting penalties, as well as Forster and Panda not getting penalties. When done those two, who wants an interview? Paradox does. So let's get these invited. Obviously I have to do this myself this week. There we go, get that sent to him. Let's wait to see if he does indeed join. Let's see if, let's have a look. Is anyone else going to want an interview? Out the top 3. Let's see. I'll give them another minute or so to join. If not, we will be calling it there. Let's see. Gave them. Okay, he said he didn't get it come through. Let's try again. Let's send these out. CRL Marconi. Let's try that now. There we go. Have you got your voice sharing on, mate? Yeah, if you it should be alright. Let me check stream. I have to fast forward it now. Yeah, it should be alright. Let me check stream. I have to fast forward it now. Yeah, I believe your voice is on. Right. Let me check stream. I think it's a bit quiet in the background. I'll double check. Anyway, mate, how are you feeling? Podium.
Absolutely crazy, mate.
I thought.
I don't know if the incident at turn 1 was caught on stream, but
It might have been. It might have been. But okay, as I just let me quickly sort this friend request for him. There we go. But yeah, obviously nice for you to get a podium. Fine. Is it? Well done, mate. Well done. Well deserved, obviously.
when penalties have been taken off, but never on track before.
Yeah, nice one to get one. Yeah, obviously.
You know what happened to my teammate?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I saw him. I think he got damaged a couple of times and pitted, and then slowly dropped back and back. I can't lie, I thought you were going to throw it away. I saw you on the medium for a long old time, weren't you, mate?
I was trying to stick it out. I was driving for another safety car.
Yeah, I thought so.
Track position, and then
We ran out of safety cars.
barrier myself. Ran out of safety cars, hit the barrier, so I damaged wing and like really old medium. So
And then managed to drag it back. And then the man of the hour, Mr. Paradox, how are you doing?
A very good evening. I'm doing mighty fine.
Is your voice sharing on, mate? Do you know?
Yeah, I just checked.
Good, mate. So obviously, I said it in the broadcast, sadly, but I've had this before. I've not really been shown much on stream side, just because you're out there in a world of your own, weren't you, at the front?
I had a lovely, boring race. Actually, for once, it felt very good.
I mean, yeah.
Lead it back. Every time when the safety car came up, it happens like three times, I guess. Safety car. I just my position in front just closed. I just had to push because the guys behind me wanted to get in front, of course.
Yeah,
but every time the safety car got away, I managed to pull away.
Yeah, you only won by what 18 seconds in the end, which is a bit not quite flattering to you, really, considering the safety cars. But I think there's one of them where did you went quite late? You went through the final corner. Did you forget to shift up? Because I feel you almost like bogged down a bit on the safety car restart. Can't remember if that was just.
Yeah, it was awful. I had a 4-star very close behind me, and I thought I wanted to wait until the end of the line.
Yeah.
Start at the last moment, but I just went full throttle too soon.
Yeah, did
Barely
you
manage to save it?
Yeah, you did. Obviously, got quite close behind, and that sort of allowed. I think it was you, McConey, is behind on your mediums at the time to close up, and then I think Freefall had a poor exit out the final corner, so managed to gap him, but you managed to hold it. And at the end of the day, if there's a place you want to get a boring race at the front, I guess it's Monaco, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it was very good, very good. Give me more of those, please.
Yeah, a few more boring drives at the front, and obviously you're kind of holding that. What I'm calling tier 3.5 championship battle. You're leading with the battle for second. You're still leading that one now with a race win, but you're not too far behind McConey now. One race to go.
Yeah, well, it's might be getting exciting. One race to go, I believe.
Very exciting. The real championship battle, shall we say? Yeah, obviously you two have done a mightily fine job tonight, and to be fair, for a while, it looked like for you, McConey, that Freefall, before he got his penalty, was going to hold on, and then he got a 3-second penalty and brought you into it, I guess. Yeah, I didn't realise, because I can't lie, I had a breakdown mid-race thinking my audio wasn't sharing, and then as I went to pause to double-check, believe he went and got a 3-second time penalty that I didn't realise till about the second to last lap. So I bet you were more aware. Yeah, he put it in the chat, didn't he? He's not the happiest person. Yeah. Yeah, well done, mate. Great win.
It was a very good race. Unfortunately, their Luxie binned it. Got wing damage because I was very looking forward to the fight we had ahead of us. Better luck next time.
Yeah, real pace come out, hasn't he? Come strong.
It was insane, especially in qualifying. He wasn't quite matched.
Yeah, he was, and then he qualified on pole last week, didn't he, as well? Pretty much anyone who's qualified in pole when I've commentated hasn't had a great race, so maybe it's better to start P2.
I shall remember that for the next time.
Yeah, just cheeky little qualify second. Oh, what a shame I'm not first. Ah, goes and wins. Anyway. I'll let you go, boys, go now. Enjoy your evenings. So yeah, enjoy yourselves, lads. Have a nice little rest of your evening.
Alright, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, mate, for yesterday. Yeah, cheers,
your
mate.
birthday?
No, it was
Congratulations, mate.
yesterday. Thank you. It was yesterday, mate. But thank you. But yeah, thank you very much, mate.
Alright, bye bye.
Thank you, lads. I'd also like to thank everyone who sat in the stream and watched this chaos partake for what, about 90 minutes or so, maybe just over, 2 hours actually, roughly, maybe. So thank you all for listening to the stream and commenting, but thank you all for listening, and we'll see you for the finale next week in Britain. Goodbye.